Are you thinking about moving to Meridian, Idaho, but you don't know if North Meridian or South Meridian is right for you? This video is perfect for you. We're gonna dive into all aspects of Meridian, Idaho, north and south, so let's go. Hey, before we dive into North Meridian and South Meridian, let me tell you what geographical areas I am considering. I am considering south of the Boise River and north of Ustick as North Meridian. For South Meridian, I'm considering that south of the freeway in Meridian. Let's discover Meridian's shopping. That's the grocery, that's the retail, that's what you need to know about where your dollars are being spent, how close they are. So North Meridian versus South Meridian when it comes to those things. When I think of North Meridian, I really think of Chinden and Linder. There's a Winco there, there's a Fred Meyer, those are both grocery stores. 2 miles away from there, there's 1 mile west and 1 mile south, there's a Walmart. 1 mile west, there's a Costco. There's plenty of restaurants. There's Jamba Juice, Olive Garden, Costa Vida, many more in North Meridian there in that one little spot. South Meridian has a ton of residential and not as much retail and shopping. You have to go to the Village, which is Meridian still, or the Town Square Mall, or things like that. There is an Albertsons located at Eagle and Amity, and that little place is growing. That's right there by Sky Mesa and Century Farms. So there is some shopping there, but when you're looking for a lot to do, or a lot to shop, or a lot of ways to spend your dollars, you're gonna be traveling most likely to the Village or some other retail shop. There's not a lot of like strip malls and things in South Meridian. South Meridian is a lot of residential. We'll dive into that a little bit later. So who's the winner when it comes to these? North Meridian, easy, because it's self-contained. Again, we're gonna talk about why that might be a con later. The truth about the traffic in North Meridian and South Meridian. When you get off the freeway at 5 o'clock and you're heading south on Eagle Road, which is what everyone does, it's gonna be the Eagle exit or the Meridian exit, you're gonna hit traffic. And it's not traffic like California. It's not traffic like the I-5 in Seattle. It's traffic that I'd probably best describe like this. When you get off the freeway, you are looking at probably a 5-minute commute taking 10 minutes. Like, it's really not a huge deal. You just probably hit a couple intersections more. Now they're putting a lot of roundabouts in those areas, which, note, they are putting a lot of roundabouts in the whole valley right now. Must be a new study, must be something, but it's kind of more popular. Leave your comments below if you have an opinion on that one. It seems like everyone does. While North Meridian, because it's tucked away, and you know Meridian is on a grid system, right? So every 1 mile there's an intersection. You know, it goes Eagle Road, then Locust Grove, then Meridian, and then north would be Franklin, then Fairview, then Ustick, then McMillan. Those are all 1 mile away. And so you got people who are zigzagging, going up 2 miles and left 2 miles, and the other person's gonna go left 2 miles and up 2 miles. So they can actually beat the traffic with their app, and they can go to the road that fits them best. There is traffic, it's bumper to bumper. I would say there's actually a worse problem going north of the freeway than there is south. I would say it takes no traffic to get from freeway to North Meridian, probably 10 minutes. I have actually once gotten off the 10-mile exit at the 5 o'clock traffic, and it's been a 35-minute commute up the road 4 miles. That's not normal, but that can happen. One of the biggest things happening in the Boise Valley right now is Highway 16 expansion, going all the way from the freeway, basically at McDermott, all the way to Emmett. And that's going to have exits that you can take to get off at McMillan, at Chinden, I think McMillan, but for sure at Chinden. And that's gonna be a game changer. So instead of getting off at 10 Mile Road or Eagle Road or Meridian Road, you would just take the freeway to Highway 16 and you will hit no traffic lights and you will be home in no time. So that will be a huge difference for North Meridian. You can't talk about traffic without talking about commute times. The winner on this one is a clear South Meridian for me, and I've lived in both. I grew up in South Meridian, I lived in North Meridian, and I lived in Eagle, which was shopping in North Meridian. So really, I've lived in both quite extensively. The difference between South Meridian and North Meridian really is this. South Meridian has immediate access to the freeway. You can be anywhere in the valley like 15 minutes, and I'm not even kidding. It's really, really close. In fact, it takes me in Middleton right now 25 minutes to get to Eagle exit, which is South Meridian. So that's 25 minutes if they needed to get to Middleton. They don't need to come here, I need to go there. But it shows the point of how fast the freeway moves. If you need to go from North Meridian to South Meridian, you could be looking at 20 minutes just on back roads. So that is a huge difference. If freeway access or airport access is a huge deal for you, really consider South Meridian. Here are the schools in South and North Meridian according to niche.com, and be sure to stay to the end of this section. We are going to dive into what my favorite schools are in the valley. Here are the schools and their ratings according to niche.com for the North and South Meridian area. Now, really, as I'm talking, you're seeing these ratings. Remember, ratings are based off of class sizes, diversity, national test scores, things like that. Not really hard for niche.com or greatschools.org to take into account if the teacher stays extra after and works with your son or daughter one-on-one. Really hard to gauge that. I know they try really hard. Overall, if you're gonna take North Meridian versus South Meridian and you're looking at the schools, I have seen people move to Paramount subdivision because their elementary, middle, and high school are all phenomenal. I actually went to Lake Hazel Middle School myself, then I went to Meridian High. Basically, South Meridian is Mountain View High School. Compare Mountain View High to Rocky Mountain or Owyhee. Owyhee doesn't have any ratings per se. Usually when there's a new high school, those ratings are supped up by the new high school. When you look at a lot of the elementaries, you're gonna find good ratings. Hey, before moving on to the next topic, let's talk about who I am. I am Brian Hymas, born and raised in the Boise Valley. I love making these videos about Boise and I love making videos about real estate. So the two together makes a great combination where I can deliver to you everything you want to know before moving here. And that's what I've been doing for the last 7 or 8 years here in the Valley as a real estate agent. I absolutely love it. I was a real estate appraiser before that. Really, if you're looking to move here in the next 9 days, 90 days, anything, give me a call, text, email at the number or email on your screen. I love connecting with you and then putting you up on the Buying in Boise Blueprint. It is the best, simplest, easiest process to follow, so make sure you don't miss out on any homes, overpay for homes, or buy a lemon. It really is an awesome process. We've got it dialed in for you out-of-staters who are looking to move to Boise. Now remember, I've lived in both South Meridian and North Meridian, and now we're gonna talk about the hospitals. Hospitals in South Meridian are really good. You're actually really close to the freeway, which can get you to the St. Luke's at Eagle Road, which is basically South Meridian. It gets you to St. Al's off of Curtis, which is in Boise, but only a hop, skip, and jump, probably 10 minutes or less on the freeway. And then St. Luke's downtown is probably 15 minutes or less from South Meridian. When you live in North Meridian, your access is a little bit more limited. You are taking back roads to the freeway to get to those same places. So add 10 minutes to that. If you can take 2 minutes to get to St. Luke's in Meridian, you honestly might take 10 or 15 minutes from North Meridian to get to St. Luke's. And so if hospitals are a crucial thing, South Meridian. If you just need hospitals within reach, you'll be fine anywhere. As a quick note, we've had kids in both hospitals and we love them both. Sometimes researching the cities and the real estate and the prices and everything else can be really overwhelming and daunting, so let me summarize that for you quickly. What I wanted to do was find 2 subdivisions that were really, really similar so that we could dive into prices. The 2 I chose were Century Farms in South Meridian and then Bainbridge in North Meridian. Why? Because it's the same developer, same builder teams, same floor plans, and they really look identical. Once you're in one, if I took a snapshot with a picture and sent it to you, you'd have no idea which one that was. They are the exact same. The only difference is the dirt. And so when we compare these prices, you can see the difference in the dirt prices. Median days on market for both of them, 20 and 21 days, like almost the same. I'm telling you, they're really similar neighborhoods. Median price for Century Farms in South Meridian was about $25,000 less. The lowest price sale was actually less than Bainbridge, which is surprising, really, really surprising. I'm guessing that number might include some townhome section or some 55 plus community, which probably is what happened. The highest priced sale in Bainbridge was $1.15 million. That's absolutely insane considering it's still a home in Bainbridge. I paid less for that than my home here in Middleton, which sits on an acre. The highest priced home sale in Century Farms was only $830,000. Let's talk about the difference in prices of acreage when it comes to North Meridian versus South Meridian. South Meridian had an average days on market of 31 compared to North Meridian 17. Might be a difference in demand. When it comes to median price, South Meridian $925,000, North Meridian $1.25 million. The lowest price sell for acreage in South Meridian was $250,000, way higher in North Meridian at $710,000. Highest price in South Meridian was over $3 million. Highest price in North Meridian was lower than $3 million. Not comparing apples to apples with all that stuff. There's so much to consider. I was just trying to give you a brief snapshot because you're comparing apples to oranges really, but I'm trying to compare apples to apples in this video because you got homes that are older, you got homes in that are more weighted towards 8, 9, 8, 10 acres. You got homes that are on those lists that could be 1 acre, 9 acres. I'm just trying to give you a snapshot of what it is. That's why I like the median and the average, because that kind of can tell you if you take enough data. I had a comment on a recent video that talked about the difference between Pinnacle and Quartet. They really want to know about Pinnacles. The difference is Pinnacle is South Meridian, Quartet is North Meridian. Both are fantastic. In fact, I was at both subdivisions this weekend because I have a person putting a house under contract today in Quartet, and we were going through Pinnacle to look through that subdivision. This is one of those situations where I just talked about earlier in the video where I'm going to compare apples to apples with Century Farms versus Bainbridge. This is the same thing with Pinnacle and Quartet. You've got neighborhoods that are very, very similar. And here's why. Because Brighton has developed both of those, and they have Brighton and Alturas building in both those subdivisions. Now there is one exception. There is a James Clyde builder in that subdivision in North Meridian, but very, 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 very similar because of that. Let's talk about the similarities between Pinnacle and Quartet. Both have community pools, both have walking paths, both have open green spaces, both have neighborhood parks. Pinnacle has a sweet park called Discovery Park. It's nearby, it's adjacent to the neighborhood. In fact, the house I was at this weekend, you could see it and walk to it from that house. It's only about a 50-yard walk. Both neighborhoods provide a ton, super clean looking, awesome homes. The finishes for Brighton and Alturas and James Clyde, these guys are building 100+ homes a year and their finishes look great. Look, what's the clear winner between the two? It's so hard. It really comes down to what you value. Freeway access, South Meridian. Self-contained city, North Meridian. Like really, that's really it. Both communities in terms of safety, in terms of schools, I mean, really you're looking at the same place. It's the city of Meridian, it really is. If you're getting serious about Meridian, Idaho, probably should go check out the 5 worst things about Meridian, Idaho video next. That one's there. That one's a good one for you to watch so you can get acquainted with both good and bad of North and South Meridian as a whole. Guys, if you are looking to move to Boise area in the next 9 days, 90 days, whatever it is, I would be happy, elated, ecstatic to work with you, put you on the Buying in Boise blueprint. Honestly, the best process out there, cuts to the chase, cuts out all the fluff, gets you to your dream of having an Idaho driver's license, Idaho license plates, freedom, all that type of stuff. If you're looking to get here, contact me, reach out, call, text, email, number, email at your screen, and we will get you set up on the Buying in Boise blueprint as fast as we can so that you can get your dreams as fast as you can. Question for you is, did I miss anything? If I did, I want to hear that in the comments so I can make another video and correct all that. So if I missed anything, please make a comment down below. I love reading those and I will respond to that personally. Better yet, I'll make a video. There is an Albertsons at Albert. Both excellent care, fantastic places, awesome workers. And I'm gonna talk about why, and here's why. While they are production, are very high quality for a production builder. That one's a good video to watch so you get acquainted. So that for the last 7 or 8 years here in the valley as I